Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Contest of Speed EU1. We are here on a Thursday. No Thomas or Lewis this evening, and no Danny, so you're going to have to put with me. It's like the C team in the commentary box, and I'm by myself. It's that time. 13 drivers this evening, and there's a lot of penalties that will be coming people's way. We were supposed to have a full grid, which was interesting. Yeah, things have happened, and people aren't here for whatever reason. But yep, they will be dealt with afterwards by the wrath of Hilly, who is currently racing. Once that happens, I'm going to try and invite people back in. Right, that should do it. There we go, got it sorted. The two DRS zones on the circuit will allow the cars to hit over 330 kilometers per hour. Fingers crossed that is all okay. Everybody's there. Sweet. It's on pole. Followed by Vaporizer Milan. Snipes is up there as well. Already into the 1 minute 10s, which is very quick compared to EU2. Oh no, we can't compare to EU2 last night, because EU2 it was a wet qualifying that dried into intermediate conditions, so very hard to judge on that. I think Dono's just coasting around at the moment, nothing serious. Yeah, he's going to come straight in, so we'll pop over to AJ. He's done that. Jack Hawkey's just done his. Vaporizer also done here, so we'll go and see an outlap. Be the reserve of Milan. Milan has returned. Good to see him back. It should be good, right. Stuff happens when I'm trying to look at stuff in Discord to make sure everything's sorted and try and commentate at the same time. It's a different Milan. What? No, it can't be. You're lying to me. Milan is finishing his lap at the moment, and it'll be a 110 something, 110.9. What can the Haas of Hako do? Great, it's now not working. There we go. He's 2 temps down with a couple of corners to go. Did not in through. The Ferrari of Hilly is just about to start a lap. See how that goes. Turbo Guy 63, thank you for the follow. We are getting close to that 1,000 mark here on the Twitch channel after the new one's been created, which is pretty good going. He was very unlucky last night at E2, it was carnage. And a late safety car came out. Ghosting is definitely not his friend at the moment. He's a temp up. So we've got Jack Hawkins in this evening. He is replacing he does 11.4. I think Pole didn't get down to that, but I think the guys in E2 were looking close to the low 1 minute 11s as the pole time yesterday if it was a dry qualifying, to which it wasn't. The Ferrari, go to the Alpha Tauri. Bryson, who I think is on, yeah, he's not on the proper lap. Let's go to Don Ammo, who's closing in behind him because he's on the proper lap. Don Ammo opened DRS down the second straight. Oh, yeah, that's a bit more of an improvement. 5 tenths, although it's still only puts him at 1:15 now. I don't think that's Don Ammo's actual pace, so I suggest he's still on some high fuel, trying to get some practice in. And he does a 1:11.9. That was a little bit better. The last corner. Looks like he's still pushing. Oh, he was definitely still pushing. I think he's going to come in. Yep. Ducks in. Vaporizer goes on pole. Snatches that away from Al in P2. Let's go with AJ's backing out. Let's see what the Alpha Male can do. And let's go on board for a hot lap round. Spain DRS open down the first DRS protection zone. All the way towards turn 1, clocking at 203 miles an hour. Turn 1 and turn 2, and then a long right hand to turn 3, hugging the inside to maximise traction. You can see the marble pickup on those tires already. 4 for a heavy brake showing turn 5, get that car and rotating nicely and clean on the exit. And then 7 and 8 coming up, get it straight line it through turn 8 as you come up the hill. Turn 9, slip in, shift down a little bit, DRS open again for the second time. That car can't move out the way. Marginally up at the moment, patient on the throttle. 2 slower corners on the circuit before the old layout we get to see again. shift down. Oh, tyres complaining by this point, and across the line, improved by 10, but only still third position. And Hypo's on pole ahead of Vaporizer by half temp. Snipes put himself in amongst it there with a 10.8 as well. Let's go on to my queue. He's backed out. As a result, he has earned himself a number of records, the youngest ever F1 winner, podium finisher, lap leader. The Red Bull. Oh, AJ is going to be the next one to set a lap. AJ is off and running. Sorry, I'm trying to find the standings to give you some information for later on in the race. Both Vaporizer and Milan have retired already. I think they're both in the pit lane, so they didn't think they're going to go any quicker. AJ's really pushing hard, and he's lost a bit of time through that corner, and now he has traffic from the Alpine in front. Sorry, the Williams in front. Dots look the same. As he heads his way down to the new layout. 10-10, 2 tenths down. It's not looking like it's going to be an improvement at the moment with over 40 seconds left of the session remaining. So I'm going to jump to Mercedes of Dynamo. The next on track. Snipes has retired in the pits. He's quite happy with his lap. Dynamo is pretty much level with the lap that he currently set, so he's got to try and squeeze a few more tenths out of the last couple of corners to get himself a couple of places higher. Dynamo does 11.6, so good final sector. We'll head to the appetite of Bryson, because we haven't seen much of him. He's 3 tenths up, so he's going to put himself up a little bit. Jack Hawkey, last night's race, has put himself into P10. Roy's crashed at the end of turn 5 or 6, or retired on track. Couldn't tell from there. Bryson continues on his main road. 3 tenths he held, 1.6, puts him in 10th position. Qualifying is going relatively close, which is good. Hako's 2 tenths down. He's going to finish the lap to see if he can try and improve the last sector, and he does on 11.4. So he did improve the last sector, but not enough. That concludes qualifying when we wait for Dynamo to trundle round on his in lap. So top 13 separate by second. 5 guys into the 1 minute 10s. So we've got a top 5 covered by a tenth and a bit, and then we've got the 6th down to 13th covered by 3 tenths. So it looks like it could be 2 races here. See if I can get some inside information. So, Aria on pole, Vaporizer second, Milan third, Snipes fourth, Tafoyet, I'm going to completely butcher some of these names because it'll be the first time I've seen it, fifth, Hackasek 57th, AJ 8th, PW Jones 9th, Brighton 10th, Chackalky 11th, ZNYQ 12th, Dynamo 13th, and Roik in 14th place. If anybody's there, I'm having to listen to me for the next hour. Can I have some kind of prediction? Please. That would be lovely. Formation that is on. We'll turn on this so you can see what's going on. An array of tyres for you to have. There you go. 3 tyre compounds in use. Majority mediums. A few 2 or 3 on the softs and a couple on the hard tyre. I will also, whilst we've got this formation up, will tell you what we've got on in terms of points so far this season. Vaporizer leads the way. Harriet also 1 point behind. Both have picked up a win each so far. AJ currently finds himself in third on 24 points, despite not having a podium. Snipes and PW Jones both on 18 points. Goke also on 15. Fort on 15. Hako on 8. Jacobs on 6. And Donamo 4. Jordan's not here this evening, doesn't help because I could have been posting some points for the Mercedes, but that's besides the issue. Red Arrow Gaming's coming with a Vaporizer, Al and AJ. I think Snipes going to throw himself up there at some point as well. Pretty good. We'll see what happens. 33 laps of racing. 14 drivers. Vapes, sorry, Snipes going to lose out a little bit there. lights out, away we go for the Spanish Grand Prix, and it's a pretty even start to start off with between the front two as we make our way down into turn one. I need the camera angle to change in a minute because that'll be fantastic so I can see actually what's going on. Side by side, Vaporizer and the Alpine. Look at that. And so far still pointing all in the right direction. All contact between the Alfa Romeo and the McLaren of Vaporizer. All behaving themselves still so far. Vaporizer gets the move done back as they're going to go side by side through 7 and 8. This is not particularly going to end well, possibly, but these guys make it through, far their way through to turn 9. As the train now sets off 2 or 3 wide. Now Vaporizer under pressure from that Aston Martin. Snipes on the soft tyre. Snipes needs to take advantage over the first couple of laps before those tyres start falling away after lap 6 or so. He's going to make his strategy work. Good start by EU1. Also, that for the sort itself out. That'll be great. Move possibly for the lead. Alpine was off the track and didn't quite see that. And it's under pressure now. The Alfa Romeo of Milan goes round the outside. Vaporizer looks like he's going to get chopped off there. Snipes to the outside, turn 5 this time. Again, not given much room. It's so far so good. Up to 7 and 8 again. As we have a little bit of a breakaway. I think we're going to see AJ go for a move down the inside of the AlphaTauri. AJ trying to use the soft tyres to full effect. Holds it round the outside with the superior grip that he's got at this early stage of the race. That's AJ, Bryson, Jack Hawkey and ZNYQ. Be nice if the Delta sorts itself out. It has, fantastic. And we'll have a quick look at the position changes. Milan up 2. Hilly and P.W. Jones are the big losers so far. Dynamo's got past Roik as well. Don't curse it yet, Ricky. It's been a good start. You've still got a long way to go. How patient will these guys be this week? It's better than Saudi Arabia. Although Saudi Arabia at Jeddah, it's more of a street circuit, so kind of expected the carnage as it was anyway. Lap 4 already. Stuck in this DRS train all the way down to Jack Hawkey. In fact, Milan in past. How is keeping everybody honest on his hard tyres, so he won't be able to break away. So we've got a safety car. Oh, because ZNYQ's got no front wing, and I missed that, so apologies. I was about to say, everybody's pointing in the right direction, so I don't know what happened there. So, allows the guys behind, like Milan, Vaporizer, Snipes to all charge their battery back up. And it brings the field closer together. Pop the tyre graphic on just in case somebody comes in for an early stop and goes to the hard tyres. Yeah, there was an early safety car in EU2 yesterday and nobody came in, so I'm not expecting many people to do the same thing in EU1 this evening. Having said that, oh, Milan went in late, so did Snipes. They all played a game of chicken. The Snipes makes more sense, he's on the soft time. ZMYQ has retired, which is really not helpful. Now, I don't know whether that's because he's retired, forgot that he hasn't got a front wing, hit the bump and then hit the pit wall. That's what I'm hoping he's done. Safety car picks them up at turn 3, which is a little bit unsighted. We nearly had a horrendous collision last night too, because some people weren't seeing what was going on. So Snipes, P. Jones and Jack Hawkey, it came in and put on the medium tyre. So is that Snipes going from medium? We'll attempt to see what he does. Milan came in and put on the hard tyre. So very interesting to see. Somebody's in the pits and it's Jack Hawkey. Is he going to go to a set of hard tyres? I think possibly. We'll have a look. Almost every year since it was first hosted. And he's going to go for another set of medium. He's gone for a set of medium tyres, which he's already worn. 16 turns stretched over 4.6 kilometres. Interesting choice. Not what I would have done, but that's fine. That's probably why he was a bit quicker than me yesterday, so I can't really say anything. Safety car will come in this lap. Oh, sure it's going to come in this lap. There we go, the lights are off. I can see it. Now we've seen some interesting restarts this week. Some people have gone out of this right-hander that we're about to come up to. Some people have gone to the middle of the next corner. Some people have gone just where they are now. Some people left it right up to the line, and some people left it to the last corner. So we'll see what happens. Al's gone, and it somewhat worked considering they were building up to full throttle. There we go, everybody's tucking in behind the toe. We're going to have a move by Rick on possibly Hilly. Side by side, both looking to use. Whoa! And the Mercedes of Don Amo's been caught out there because the Williams moved back across. Don Amo and Snipes were going side by side. And Jack Hawkey now holding off. Snipes is looking to go around the outside of the EU2 winner yesterday. Milan is up a place to Roik. So Milan's got those hard tyres working well at the moment. So Snipes going really wide through turn 9. Got to move. Oh, who's that? Milan and Hilly have come to blow. Oh, Hilly's been clipped on the way back through as well by Jack Hawkey. Dynamo. Oh, now it was going so well. Now not so well. Side by side through turn 8. Roik's off as well. That was all a little bit, what's the word I'm looking for? Clumsy. Well, it does mean though there's a gap between the top 6 and 7th down. And we'll see if Milan can draw in closer to the guys ahead of him. AJ with Al even with a massive slide on through turn 8, which has unsettled the car. Snipes is off. Oh, and is that Roik as well? No, it's PW Jones. What on earth has happened there? I have no idea. Well, it was good for the first 4 or 5 laps. Now not so good. Been a little bit untidy. Vaporizer makes that move and gets it done. So he takes control of the race. No one out front's been able to break away as such yet. A little bit of carnage in behind. Bryson over the back of AJ, whose soft tyres now, despite having the safety car, will be struggling, I think, a little bit. Bryson. Oh, Hilly's come back in. No, Hilly. Oh, he's got front wing damage. Oh, Vaporizer's run wide through turn 9 because I was too busy looking at back markers, and he has lost the lead and 3 positions. Apologies, this is where I need like somebody else, but that's fine. So Vaporizer's made a mistake, uncharacteristically from what we've seen from him in cause for last season and a bit. Going to close in. Hako's going to give him the position. Yes, he is. Milan has got past AJ. Now we're expecting Milan to run very deep into this race, if not go to the end on those tyres. AJ's caught the back. Well, AJ's stayed within DRS of Milan, and he's brought Bryson along with him. Dynamo's got a penalty. Can he claw onto the back of these guys as well? Jack Hawkey's just about keeping tabs. So, possible top 8 or 9 in contention for the win, if not the podium places. 8 of those 9 have all got to stop. Unless Jack Hawkey's going to make those mediums last to the end of the race. Milan is going to go deep into the race, as said earlier. He looks the most comfortable out of all the drivers at the moment. He still sits in behind the Haas. And that Haas is just about keeping hold, although the Alfa Romeo looked like he was going to put his nose in. Decides better of it. And now Hako's in trouble because he's outside the DRS. Let's see if he gets it through this corner. He won't. This should be relatively easy. Milan to the inside. Gets the move done, although just about stops to make the corner. And Milan moves on to his next victim. Helicopter shots have provided beautiful angles this week compared to normal. Al's lost the position to Duffel, who's leading the front of the field for the first time this evening. Vaporizer looks to be closing in. Thought about the move, but decided against it. AJ's flirting with the DRS detection range with Hako. I think those soft tyres are pretty much giving up the ghost right now. Overspeed down this track that can really catch you up. Bryson down the inside of AJ. AJ's got no ERS by the looks of things. Saw the flashing red light there of the Red Bull as both cars entered turn one. We'll see if he can fight back. Bryson holds him off. Oh, and there's a bit of contact as well. Red Bull running into the back of the AlphaTauri. And the batter up. Oh, AJ then runs deep as well. Snipes pumps in the fastest back of the race. 113. 114.3 on a set of hard tyres. So that is a bit of a choke. Oh, AJ I think's cooked the tyres. He's really struggling, and Don Amo's now sitting behind him. Yeah, AJ will pit. What for? Well, we'll find out. We'll stay on board. No, we won't stay on board with him because there's a move for the lead. Al's going to go back down the inside of the AlphaTauri. Milan's joined them as well. We've got a nice battle here. Hako's getting dropped off the back a little bit. Now we've got a mixture of mediums and hards out the front. It'd be interesting to see what happens. We've got 3 different strategies as well. Default and Vaporizer are the only 2 on the same strategy. They were both on the mediums. Al's on the hard tyre. And Milan is on the hard tyre, but he's already pitted, so he can make the really brave attempt and go long and make it to the end. Hako's dropping off and Bryson's catching up, so Bryson showing good pace at this phase of the race. Battle between Jack Orkey and Dynamo is stabilising. Change for the lead once again. Nobody wants to take the lead. It's toing and throwing. Although Vaporizer's the one that's got the pressure of Milan from behind. So these guys looking to the lap at the moment, around about 4 tenths quicker than Hacko currently sitting in P5. Alfa Romeo looking really comfortable at the moment. Say possibly, don't want to put anybody's curse on it, his race to be losing at the moment.
Of course, track temperatures fluctuate. Here in Catalonia, it's windy that poses the biggest problem.
Go to... No, not going to go to that valve because it does this. Hacko's coming. So how are we going to go past... Yeah, he does. So, position swaps again. Jack Hawkey's closed the gap like that to Don Hammer by nearly a second, so those two getting a bit closer. Not massively off the back of this field, these guys. 6 seconds down the road. But 6 seconds in the EU1's quite a large amount of time to make up, considering how close it is at the front. Bryson now's got the unenviable task of trying to close that gap down between himself and the top four, which I think at the moment is probably not going to happen. It's because it's really difficult to catch up to people when it's not the DRS train. Al comes in off the hard tyre. That's interesting. The other two stay out. I didn't expect him to be the one that picked earliest out of everybody else. He comes in, Jack Hawkey comes in, so that may force Don Amo's hand a little bit for their battle they're fighting over. Who else has come in? Royk's in. So Hacko goes long, and Hacko's going to come out behind Al, which was expected. Let's see how Snipes is getting along. Snipes is coming down the main straight now. He's got past Royk. He's stuck now behind Jack Hawkey. So let's see if he can make another couple of places up after his incident earlier on. So AJ's managed to close the gap behind Hacko. He's got it to half a second after those rounder stops. Oh, well, he's got himself a 3-second penalty. That's for running wide. Turn 5. Vaporizer takes the lead. Saw that on stream. These guys have been going back and forth. Milan's just sitting there waiting at the back. Don't want to wait too long though. Now we're just waiting for things to happen. The AlphaTauri they're using a bit too much curb perhaps, getting onto the yellow sausage curb. PW Jones and Royk have swapped positions. It's interesting because Royk's on those fresh hard tyres, just needs to get them up to speed. Should be performing better towards the latter stages of this race. Top 3 stay out again. Interesting indeed. Now the one thing I noticed yesterday, which is why possibly the fault's gone out to the right hand side there, is the engine temperature in the cars actually starts to overheat just a little bit. Especially when you're following, especially when you're maxing out your top speed. down the start finish straight. Al's just putting the fastest time on the mediums. Surprise, surprise. Hacko's not really staying with him, but that was kind of expected. We got past PW Jones. Shock. And he's 3 out front. Let's have a look at the gap. Gap to the leader. And bringing it down corner by corner, bit by bit. 16 seconds off the lead. The one we're looking out for is Milan. So we have a feeling he may not need to stop again. Again, the front two stay out on the medium. So we're going to see a medium soft here, I believe now. Which is very interesting. I've got that gap down to 15 seconds nearly. There we go, pumps in another 13.7. AJ still tucked up behind Hacko. He's closing the gap, but it's not close enough as they head down into turn 1 and 2. You see it on the bottom right side of your screen. Jack Hawkey not losing too much time, but he's starting to lose a little bit to the guys ahead of him. Just showing the natural pace between the 3 drivers in 7th, 8th and 9th. 14.4 seconds now, the gap. So someone's going to pull the pin, I think, this lap, surely. I see someone coming on a set of soft tyres. No, not yet. The stout again. It's just a matter of how and when it's going to happen. For it, no, didn't look for the move, didn't want it. We're going to see a move. There it is. AJ's finally pulled the pin on it and has got past Hacko, but has not got much ERS. So Hacko will see that, and that'll be great motivation to then get back past him again. I think these two are going to go back and forth for a while. I'm going to flip to the battle for P5 and 6. This is quite crucial for the net lead and perhaps victory in this race. Hal gets Don Ammo at the right time here. Don Ammo's still yet to box off his set of mediums. They've been on for 20 laps. DeFort has come in off his medium tyres. Hal's getting held up a little bit here. He's not gaining. Don Ammo comes in. That helps him out a bit. Now then, Milan stuck behind Vaporizer. Gap is now 12 seconds or so. Bryson's still hanging on in there. About 8.7 seconds the gap between himself and the top 2. He's doing very well on those set of meters. Hacko goes back past AJ like I thought he would. Default's coming out with some set of softs. Jack Hawkey's out on, put himself in amongst it. He's going to be chased down by Don Ammo now. Could see a fight between Snipes and Roik for the last points paying position. Again, Milan not being able to get past a Vaporizer, and the gap to the lead is now below 11 seconds. With what will be 11 laps to go this time around. Vaporizer comes in, so Milan is in the lead. Now, this is going to be interesting. Will he now go to the end? No, he's dumping the battery. He's going to get everything he can. By the looks of things, we'll go on board this time around to see what happens. There is a crash. It's Bryson. He's missed the pit lane. We're going to see him spin it back in. But that is going to cost him valuable positions and places. His teammate, on the other hand, has got past AJ. That's one job done. vaporizer comes out behind these two. That's not very helpful at all. So vaporizer lost Vaporizer lost 1.6 seconds at least to in fourth, so he needs to regain that position. Now he's closing in, and at the rate he's closing in, he will overtake Milan on the current tyres. All closing in, one after the other. AlphaTauri's going to make a move onto the newly constructed turn 10. Vaporizer picks up a penalty. That's going to be crucial for the podium later on. He's got past AJ though, so he's not going to get held up into sector 3. AJ has retired. We've got a safety car. Oh, Milan has missed it as well, I think. He may get lucky. He's going to get lucky. That's what he needed. Hako's coming. I think Milan has thought himself very, very lucky. So I'm guessing AJ's got a bit stuck. Spun it on the curb. So Hilly will need to... Well, my suggestion is if Milan doesn't come in, I think Milan will come in. I think Hilly needs to go past the safety car again and then pit. I wouldn't pit now. That way he then will still be on the lead lap. Snipes has got himself up on some soft tyres. This could be interesting. We could see the true pace of the Aston Martin for the first time this evening. So Milan comes in, locks that front right tyre up. Comes in as well. It's going to jump onto a set of medium tyres. Soft foul. Oh, what's going on? I don't know. Make any judgments. And default. It's going to be a race. It's going to be a race. Out. Who's going to cross the line first? The AlphaTauri gets it. The AlphaTauri's taking the lead under the safety car. He's got out ahead of him. I don't know what Milan's doing. He lost the place. The AlphaTauri crossed the white line where the safety car is before he did. Has Milan made the right decision? We're going to see the safety car stay out, I think, for this lap and the lap after. So it'll be lap 27, so we'll have 7 laps to go. AJ. Did you drop it on the curb? And then go spearing left into the wall. Out of time. Your setup looked like it overheated the tyres in terms of thermal deg. So soft tyres you had in the first stint looked like they, I could tell the setup didn't suit you. That's what my suggestion was. Oh, he's coming. Because he's got a set of 17 up-old softs. What? Vapes and Jack Hawkey are swapping positions, and that should not be happening under the safety car. Do as you are told, gentlemen. So everybody will be on the soft tyre other than Milan. What is going on with Jack and... Someone's got to do it though. Unfortunately, your post test is better than ours. What's happened again? What is going on between these two? Safety car will stay out another lap because Hilly's not caught us. So Hilly just needs... Hilly, take your time now. Think about the tyres. Safety car is in and we will be ready to go. I'll swap that out as well so we can actually see what's going on. And Royk has... What? Retired? What? Behind the safety car. What? Strange. Default is away, and let's see then what Milan can do. He's on the medium tyre, sitting second place. Everybody else is on some soft tyres, relatively new. So odds are not in his favour. We got Hacko and Donamo fighting through turn 3. Hacko gets back down the inside. Snipes has got past Jack Hawkey. Let's see what Snipes can do. Hawkey's going to fight possibly back. Looks to the inside, then the outside. Not quite. Milan. Good traction. He's going to go. That's it. Oh, close down the inside of turn 7 and 8. That's 4. We've got a lead of 4 drivers again. Hacko again off the back of these. We could be going 2 or 3 wide into turn 10. Oh, vaporizer! That's very close. Contact. Al's gone through. He's picked up 2 positions in one corner. Opportunistic. There's a half-hearted move from vaporizer. Put him and Milan out of position. And here we go then, slipstream and drag race down the inside. Elliott currently going to go for the lead. He looks to the outside, Elliott gets it done. Bryson and Snipes off the road. Possibly squeezed out. Snipes is going to go up and under. Cornish Cup nearly did it to me last night. Hako's got himself back in this fight. In fifth, it's not done yet. Vaporizer as well, remember, with that penalty of 3 seconds for track limits. Bryson's picked up one for track limits as well. That's the exit at turn 5. Edit's got himself out of DRS. Now, how important is that going to be when it is open this time round after the safety car? Milan down the inside on the medium tyres, getting that working really well. But has he gone too early? He's going to pursue Edit in the Alpine. Jack Hawkey is heading into the pits. I think because he had contact with somebody. That is a shame. Retired. PW Jones gone past Donamo. It's not been too bad. We've got 4 laps to go. Is it as in no sound or just ridiculously high? If it is, then I'm sorry, I don't know what's changed in terms of my settings, my end, because it's exactly the same as Monday. And there wasn't any problems. Elliot is gone. It's gone, 2 seconds. He's got the move done. Top 10 all at the moment. Oh. Three to go. Top 10 all should now score points. Even if they DNF now. Vaporizer is going to look to go to the inside of the AlphaTauri. Touch of wheels. Gets the move done. The AlphaTauri's got no ERS left feet. Vaporizer's got a fair chunk. AlphaTauri seems slippery in the straight line. I'm going to go back because there's a battle for P6 here, which is going to look pretty tasty. Don Hammond needs to keep himself in it as well. We've got Hilly, who was miles behind. He's now in 10th place, sticking by it. The one that's closest at the moment is Hako. Moving all the way down. Hako getting closer and closer and closer. We may see a move for 4th place into turn 1 this next time around. Looks like it's strong. He just looks like it's just falling away bit by bit. His tyres are currently the oldest on 10 laps now. He's had those tyres, and maybe he's starting to show some signs of wear. Even with the DRS open, he can't defend. Speaking of can't defend, Bryson's also can't defend to the likes of Snipes, who Snipes has now been released. So he's got 2 laps to try and regain whatever he can, although Bryson's going to look to fight back to the outside. PW Jones just sitting there waiting. You can see flashy red lights in front of him. So far no response to the Elliott out in front. Took advantage of a mistake between Vaporizer and Milan and then got past. I thought it was really just dropped off the pace at this stage of the race. We are on the final lap of EU1 Spanish Grand Prix. Elliott leads the way by 2.5 seconds. We've got an interesting gap. We're going to head to it. Let me head to it, please. Vaporizer's got himself ahead of all Snipes. Lost 2 positions. PW Jones is through. back up to second and third, because I don't think this is going to be over with. Milan holding on well with those medium tyres. Maybe it was the right decision to hold on to them towards the end of the race. Contact a little bit, pushing that McLaren through the Catalonia circuit at the moment. Man goes to the inside, contact between himself and Vaporizer, who nearly collects it into Hacko. But we'll have to see what happens. Elliott runs wide out the last corner. But takes the win. Milan in second, Hacko third. Vaporizer is going to finish in fifth behind the fourth. PW Jones doesn't quite take it. Snipes gets ahead of Bryson on penalties. And that concludes your Spanish Grand Prix. Some good things, some not good things. Oh, Domo, you can give him driving today. Congratulations, sir. Elliott takes the win and Verstappen controlled it after he overtook Milan and Vaporizer whilst those two were squabbling in the latter stages, and then drove off into the sunset. Milan finished second on the medium tyre he went with at the end, and was quite comfortable all race. Hacko third. He'll be happy with that result, up 3 places from 6th position. The fourth just faded away a little bit towards the end of the race on those soft tyres. He had the oldest tyres out there. Vaporizer fifth and picked up a penalty, so and then had a bit of a coming together with Milan towards the end. Not for the first time though. We saw it, but PW Jones up to 6th place. Snipes unlucky to be finishing in 7th. Got caught up in a couple of incidents. Probably wasn't his fault. Bryson 8th. Hilly 9th. Was at the back of the grid by about 30 seconds at one point, but that's what happens when you stay in the race. Picks up 2 points for the Ferrari team. Donamo picks up a point for Mercedes. Other than that, Jack Orkey, Roik, AJ and ZNYQ DNFs all round. Unfortunately, there's a few missing tonight. We're supposed to have a grid of 19. People will be, what's the word I'm looking for? Remonstrated for their actions. And hopefully we will have a better quota of drivers next week. These guys will head to Kota next week, which will be exciting, always is. Contest of Speed seem to be one of our better tracks that we see league racing in this league. Thank you for those that had to put up with me this evening. Hopefully Thomas and Lewis should be back next week, fingers crossed. Who knows? We'll find out soon. And then that concludes F1 on track action for this week. The first action you'll see will be next week on Monday. You may be hearing my voice again if I get back in time for EU4, which should be very exciting. They'll be ready and raring to go. 9 PM UK, 10 PM Central European time. That is 4 PM Eastern time for our American colleagues, which I know we have a few listening to, so thank you for the support for that. Other than that, thank you very much for watching, and good night.